push it away. In dance chase and whispers before they all just fade. So how can I leave it all behind when I refuse to watch it fall to dust? I will find a this porcelain mirage may start to break. Each piece a reminder, every single little mistake. So how can I leave it all behind when I refuse to watch it fall to dust? Tell me why it won't ever be the same. I'll burn it all, no matter who's to blame. I'll find a way. I'll find a way. And every time I close my eyes, a little less of you remains. I know you're slipping further from me now. Am I too far away? Tell me
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Valanth League playoffs. Today we have a losers round, the lower bracket between Flash Abusers and Base Department. I'm John Sculser, and I'm joined by MidnightMaverick. I was hoping you'd say hello here, but
I was hoping you'd introduce me, but hey, here we are. I'm really excited to cast this one. Our first ever cast of the official Valanth League, and just ready to get into this one. Ready to see what these teams have to offer. And today we have Base Department versus the Flash Abusers, and let's see because both kind of similar ranks in this game, and what I would expect is kind of the top laners kind of share very similar pools. You've got kind of your Darius player, got picks as well. So I'm kind of excited to see what they can pull out here.
yeah, as we were just discussing earlier, like how Urgot is very, very strong in majority of the top lane matchups. So pretty underrated pick and competitive at the moment. Surprised he's not picked up more in LEC and other tournaments. High elo tournaments, but I guess this is a possibility now since the teams are probably going to be a bit more experimental with comps instead of just sticking to the same probably 7-8 champions we see in LEC week in, week out.
Yeah, I definitely kind of expect the teams to kind of err on the side of comfort picks, right? It's kind of usually what you expect at this level. Don't expect too many crazy meta picks, people just kind of knowing the meta inside out, because it doesn't really matter too much at this level. What I generally kind of expect is that people will err on the side of caution, kind of go towards those comfort picks that they have the games in ranked on, and they have the practice on, and that they feel familiar with. But that being said, I think kind of in the AD carry role, that's where we're most likely to see the meta picks at the moment, and I'd be shocked if we didn't see Jinx or Aphelios. They're kind of the two overlords of the bot lane at the moment, and I fully expect to see those today.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, we just look at if we look at the ADC pool as a whole. I mean, there's not a lot of options that teams would probably pick from, and if they do go with a variety of options in AD carry, it's probably going to be the weaker stuff. As we are into champion select right now, we have seems like we're going to have Flash Abusers on the blue side and Base Department on the red side.
Yeah, I fully expect Flash Abusers just to start target banning now, kind of target banning the highest win rate champions on the side of the Base Department. So, but I think they just missed a ban, unless
Yeah, maybe
okay,
might have been maybe a client bug on our end or something of sorts.
possibly.
Yeah.
So we see a Xin Zhao return ban. Xin Zhao obviously has been such a magnet to the meta for so long. His ultimate Crescent Guard allows him to kind of take up so much space and buy so much time with the immortality that it gains, and with the Gore Drinker build, you can just go in and soak up so much damage, and that's why he's been such a vital part of the meta. He is a comfort pick for Yoru, so I kind of expect that's kind of a comfortable ban. You might see the Hecarim ban as well, just because he's such a full clear menace at the moment. He can clear his jungle so fast. Hecarim Udyr kind of meta a little bit back again. There's lots of different builds you can go on Hecarim, but he's very impactful at the moment.
Indeed, yeah. There are quite a few selective viable jungle picks at the moment that can easily go in and soak up a lot of damage. The likes of Xin Zhao, Kayn, Zac. I expect that we kind of see those kinds of champions. I know people that are within the platinum, gold, silver elo do like to stick more with comfort picks instead of going for meta. But then again, I'm not sure if you play Clash at all. Yeah, that's the Hecarim as well. I'm not sure if you play Clash at all, but that would. People usually like to compromise on meta picks just to have the strongest comp. I feel like sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, not really much to say other than that, really. But
Jinx pick right there.
There's Jinx straight away. Yep. Jinx obviously probably the best AD carry ever since those lethal tempo. Ever since those lethal tempo buffs, she's just been an absolute menace. She's completely wrecking people in mid game fights. If she can survive the early lane, she's a great AD carry, and she particularly pairs well with enchanters that can buff her up. Lulu is obviously kind of the premier pick for that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised we don't see more Cogmore, just because he benefits the same way from the lethal tempo. But Jinx with the movement speed that she gets from the get excited on kills and takedowns, it's a really strong pick. And we see Ash Jarvan as a reply.
Yeah, indeed. Just to let you guys know that Flash abusers did lose bans for game one, hence why we're not seeing any bans on their side. That's been confirmed by our producer. And yeah, I do agree with the Kog'Maw there. To be honest, I feel like Kog'Maw is really, really strong. But then again, if we compare both champions, Jinx and Kog'Maw, Jinx with that massive movement speed she gets every time she gets a kill reset, and Kog'Maw being so immobile that he would literally rely on something like a Lulu to get by. Uh, Probably why we see Jinx a lot more, because she's viable with a lot more supports, while Kog'Maw I feel like is a bit more restrictive with Lulu, Janna, stuff like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. He's more immobile as well. That's probably why we don't see him picked. But we do see Kim Jensen actually locking in his Echo. I think that's his most played champion at the moment. So we'll be excited to see that matchup in the mid lane. You've got to expect that's into Ari. So Ari, obviously, such a safe laner. We're seeing Faker and Rookie constantly picking that out and constantly kind of picking people off with these charms and these dashing. And obviously, the rework on Anari has been such an effective force of getting her back into the mid lane, because she was kind of such a she was just very mundane for ages, and she's much more exciting now. She's much more actually playable with these resets on her ultimate, and she's such a safe laner, and she can kind of lane into anyone. And you can, but you need to stay ahead of the curve. You need to kind of stay in the game. If you get behind, you do no damage on this champion.
Yeah, I feel like the rework just made Ari way too strong. Definitely a tier S pick in the mid lane right now. We see a Blitzcrank ban. So I'm assuming they've lost the 3 bans and they're still allowed 2 bans at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's correct. And Blitzcrank was one of Preto Barrow's main kind of champions as well. Blitzcrank is one of those champions that can kind of just flip a draft and completely change what's happening. He's kind of one of those kind of those
it's a
weird
wild card.
Yeah, a bit of a wild card pick, because he can completely change the game by himself. So you do want to deny that away. Preto Barrow obviously proficient on all of these hook champions. He's Nautilus as well, the Thresh. I know he's even played Renato, if you'll count that as a hook. So
I feel like
he loves these tanky engaged supports.
I feel like they're just kind of target banning the support as well, because Jinx, we can't pretend that she doesn't have a problem with getting engaged on easily by Nautilus, Blitz, Thresh, and Leona. Champions like that can hard engage onto an AD carry, and Jinx only having the flash to escape. Oh, me speaking about a Thresh. Here's the Castle's Curse right here.
It is one of his most played, so it's like Blitzcrank, Thresh, and I think Nautilus is the next one. He loves these hook champions. He loves the ability to just play make, try and engage. He's not one of the enchanter supports, and that's one thing that's interesting about this game is the actual disparity between the two support champion pools. One guy kind of likes to err towards these tanky supports, but the other guy actually, Glotsky, has but there I could have cursed it again. I was going to say he actually plays Soraka and Seraphine as well, but Taric is a good answer to the Thresh. I like this pick.
Yeah, I feel like this will definitely add a lot of survivability for Flock. I think it's Floki that's on Jinx, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're gonna swap. I'm not exactly certain if they're in the top jungle mid order.
I believe they're all in role order actually, so that makes things easier for us.
Yeah.
But look at the targets you're making immortal. Look at these divers, Echo, Volibear. These are great champions that are going to be engaging onto the enemy team, and when you make those immortal, they're so very powerful. But also on the other side, when you've got Aatrox and Jarvan actually diving you, Taric is such an effective force at being able to protect people with that cosmic radiance.
They definitely have a lot of disengage on the side of Flash abusers. It's sort of like they've got the Gangplank to sort of slow down a team fight. They've got the Volibear if they really need to just jump in, tank a lot of damage. The Echo to disengage with the Zot as well. And then you've got the Taric. And while you've got a complete contrast in comps on the side of a base department, it's all in. We go all in. Assault, Aatrox can literally just keep jumping in, Java jumping in. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how this fares out during the game.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get into this one. And as we kind of all suspected, everyone kind of in game one picking the comfort picks. You don't expect anything crazy at the moment. Everyone just kind of picking what they're comfortable with, feeling out the opponent, feeling out what's strong, what's not so strong. And I kind of expect if anyone pops off in this first game, you've got to expect that champion to be banned in the next one.
Yep. I feel like these teams have researched each other pretty well here. We saw a lot of target bans towards each other, and I think we definitely see a pretty solid plan on the side of Flash abusers. Maybe they did know that base department were going to play with these all hard engages, and their plan was to fight on their own terms. And this might be what we see during the game itself. We're going to see a lot of map juggling, people probably lane switching quite a lot as well, because to play with a comp like the Flash abusers have, they really can't team fight straight on. They have to fight on their own terms, otherwise they will lose those kind of hard team fights, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it's really on Yoro this game to get these early advantages. Volibear is such a strong early game jungler, and we see that all the time in the LSC and the LCS. He just runs at them, flashy stun, and that guy is dead. But it's on him to get ahead in the early game, because that champion does get outscaled. Yes, he can disable turrets early. Yes, he's very, very formidable force, and we saw Blabber pop off with him. But if he does get behind, if he's not able to get these ganks, he can't clear as fast, and he can't stay relevant in the game in the later stages.
Exactly. It will definitely be up to Tabush to shut down your early game, to be honest, because this is going to get a bit confusing, isn't it? He's playing Volibear and his in-game name is Yor. I feel like if Tabush doesn't shut him down in the early game, he's going to potentially be able to snowball Floki, snowball Kim Jensen as well. And Gangplank is a champion that scales really, really well. The game, I feel like we definitely see a clear game plan. Like I said, on Flash abusers, they want to find their own terms. They want to scale to the later parts of the game. While on the other side, I feel like Tabush wants to get that early lead on the Ashe, on the Ahri, Aatrox. But the thing is, he needs to get these 3 lanes ahead. Otherwise, they're just going to get outscaled individually.
He does. I completely agree. It's going to be kind of a war of the junglers in these early games, because I think both junglers should probably go towards the bot lane, because both matchups are kind of very volatile, and there's so much gank setup, particularly on the side of base department. Look, they have an Ashe for the slows. They have a Thresh who's just gank heaven for any jungler. You've got Ahri for setup with the charm. He loves to gank these lanes, and Jarvan is set up to do that. And if you can layer this CC, you can get these early kills and snowball the early game. And it's the same on the side, in the side of Flash abusers as well. Taric compares very, very nicely with Volibear, right? You can get the stun on him and speed him up and heal him and give him the shields that he needs. And an Echo as well can layer on the parallel convergence. And if you ever get any people on that guy is dead.
Exactly. It's also going to be up to Gargoyle King to see how good his Ashe kill shots are, because if he can get those engages with the Crystalline Arrow, then I'm sure he's going to have a major impact in this game.
Yeah, he's not got an easy job, to be honest. He has taken the exhaust, which honestly he probably needs, because he's going to have Echo diving him all game. He's going to have Volibear coming at him. He's going to have Gangplank ultimate raining down. So it's really on Pretabaro to be able to peel off these divers, and yeah, we'll see what they can do. But one thing we haven't really talked about too much is this top lane matchup. So Dunkmaster Wolf on the Gangplank, he loves this champion, and then we have Jughead Jonesy on Aatrox. So Gangplank just wants to scale. Let's be honest here.
Yeah,
he wants to survive this early game. He wants to get to mid game. He wants to get his Q stacks on Grasp. He wants to just Q you over and over again on the Gangplank, and it's been such a staple pick in the meta for so long now. But on the other side, it is very difficult to pilot. It's very difficult champion to play. One of the hardest in the game, arguably. So yeah, we'll see how this goes.
indeed.
Yes, we're just gonna sync now. So
Yeah, I'm
I
at 10 seconds.
had forgotten to pause. I am at 10 seconds now. Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't expect to see too much out of the level ones here. I would expect kind of a 5-man defense potentially, although there is the chance for an engage, right? There is a chance for an early invade with the Thresh, but in this game 1, people probably not usually wanting to go all out in this early game and lose the game at level 1. standard 5-point defense across the board, and there we have it.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Can be pretty interesting to see where the Jarvan is going to start up. I feel like it's going to probably be the safe bot lane start for him, but then again, in these types of high intense matches, we do see junglers as he approaches. Okay, he's just gone for a ward there. Yeah, I was going to say junglers do tend to mix it up a little bit to try and get the other counterpart jungler behind, but I feel like it's just going to be the standard start, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. I can't really see. Although actually he does. They are both going to start top side, so they can path down towards the bot lane. So yeah, I'm not seeing any crazy engages. Both just getting an early ward on the Raptors just to see where this Volibear is going to end up. But I fully expect there to be a huge battle in the bot lane at kind of level 3, level 4.
Props to them backing and getting the sweeper lens as well, because I feel like not a lot of junglers in the CeeLo tend to get that. I usually see junglers in like higher plat just sticking with the trinket until around 10 minutes, 12 minutes until they finally remember, oh yeah, I'll need this to clear. But the sweeper lens is so crucial for your early ganks, to be able to gank safely and assure a kill when you're ganking as well, especially since your time is so valuable as a jungler in the early game.
Yeah, I love that. It's just a little something you can pick up from playing for so long, or from watching people's streams. Always kind of back to get that early sweeper and just be able to sweep out the vision. It gives you so many more gank opportunities. As we do see Jinx getting a little bit chunked here early. Do expect the early level 2 to come through from Gargoyle and Pretabara here, as they're both being zoned off. So
he's hovering. He's got the hook charged and ready.
He is, but he doesn't want to die for Taric, I'll tell you that much.
Indeed. Echo taking quite a lot of poke there. The electrocute from Helicon, chunking him down quite a lot. But this is to be expected in an Ahri versus Echo lane. Ahri's always going to bully him out of lane a few times.
Absolutely. And then if we look across the top lane, Gangplank is exactly where he wants to be. This is exactly where he wants the wave, in a very, very neutral position. He's just going to Q spam you, and he's got those corrupting stats, corrupting potion, just to kind of poke him down and keep that mana up. And then in the mid lane, Ahri is able to kind of poke out with that Orb of Deception, but she's able to stay very safe from the Volibear once she gets to that level 6.
We see Jarvan lurking around the mid lane right now. Will we see anything happen here? But oh, actually Taric landing the stun on the Thresh on Pretabara. Taric, Glusky taken down really, really low.
Yeah, I like the pressure that Pretabara is putting out, positioning so far in front of his AD carry, kind of saying, come on, come hit me, come stun me, see what you can do, because that's what I love about Thresh now. Now that you can take this Glacial Augment, he's such a pain. He has this massive slay, but he might be overstaying here.
Yoru's presence forcing the flash out of Pretabara. Pretabara respecting Yoru right there. When you see a big bear charging at you, definitely best to flash away in that situation.
Definitely, and yes, he does. He has great positioning by standing forward, but unfortunately on this occasion he is.
Oh my word!
Oh, there
the
comes the
stuns
Volibear.
missed. Flash from Yoru coming down on Pretabara. Pretabara has no flash, and the first blood going over to Floki, and what? Tabush traded a kill on the Taric. Floki maybe falling as well. Gargoyle flashes forward.
Oh, he's turned it
and secures a kill. Can the Thunderbolt get it?
Oh.
Oh my god! And we've got ourselves a good old fiesta in the bot lane at 4 minutes in. 3 kills going in favor of base to bottom, and then 2 kills going in favor of the flash abusers. Definitely flash abuse there.
And what did I just say? Both junglers starting topside, they want to go towards the bot lane because both teams have such great gank setup, and we did. We saw a huge skirmish, and Gargoyle really able to get the better end of that because he is able to get the 2 kills, propel himself towards probably the shield bow. And we saw Pretabara slightly overextending, but he does able to get the 3 assists and actually set up his team for success. And Gargoyle is very happy here, but that's a massive trade from.
Well, this is just a typical top lane skirmish. They deal a little bit of damage here and there. They sustain back up. They back. And meanwhile, Pretobaro roaming up to the mid lane lands the hook on Kim Jensen. Kim Jensen, meanwhile, is ignited by Pretobaro, falling really low, trying to trade the kill on Helicon. He ignites Helicon, the Lantern coming down to shield him, and Helicon ends up falling down. Meanwhile, Dunkmaster Wolf is forced to flash away as Jughead proves himself to be too strong for him. Glotsky finds Pretobaro in the river. The BM coming down from Pretobaro. He knows he's safe right there.
I love the roam from Pretobaro. There was a little bit of anti-synergy there. He does kind of hook him out of the path of the charm. And I think if those two CCs kind of overlap each other, then Kim Jensen is definitely going to die. But we see another engage.
Jughead flashes forward, pops the world ender, but I don't think anything's gonna come from this, as Dunkmaster was forced to flash as well. A lot of flashes being blown in the early game.
Yeah, not too many worlds ended just yet, but Jonesy is very, very happy to kind of bully out this Gangplank as much as he can. But Gangplank's happy. He has the sustain. He's able to just farm and be safe. And if Aatrox can't get too many early advantages in here, but as I say that...
Dunkmaster playing with fire right there, as we see Tabush roaming around in the river, spotted by a pink ward. Kim Jensen is safe for now, but meanwhile we see the Volibear lurking around the bot side, potentially setting up for a dragon.
Yeah, definitely. I would expect now that they kind of they may have seen Jarvan on the river scuttle now, so both teams kind of as we see a potential another setup here actually. But Jarvan...
Yeah, Jarvan taking the Tabush taking yours blue at the moment and farming his top side. A lot of gold to be gained there.
So much time is being wasted here by the Volibear. He's been in that bush for almost 30 seconds now.
Yeah.
And this is what I was talking about in Gem Select. Well. If he's not able to get these opportunities off, if he's not able to get these cheeky ganks...
Tabush knocking up Kim Jensen. Kim Jensen completely caught out of position. There were no wards at all in the top river bush, mid-river bush.
You can just cast this game yourself, I think. There's too much action.
Yeah,
way too much action in here.
But this
Every
is
time I try and analyze anything. Yeah, of course. And as a result of that, we're going to see Tabush here just able to secure the dragon, it looks like, as well, with the priority they have. But yeah, way too much action, but Kim Jensen overstepping in the mid lane, and you can't do that when you're on low health and with your out ultimate. But Pretobaro lands the hook.
Hook landing on Glotsky, the Lantern for the follow up for Gargoyle. Gargoyle meanwhile lands enchanted crystal arrow on Flocky, but Flocky seems to just escape with a slither of health. The bush lurking around the bot side. Seems like we see Yoru taking down the Rift Herald as well on the other side of the map. Pretty good map control on both teams' parts, as they're trading pretty well.
Definitely, and Gargoyle able to kind of extend the advantage he got from those early kills, and Pretobaro's been absolute god on the Thresh already, roaming all around the map and landing this hook over and over, and once you apply that Glacial, it's so hard to get away. And that's what we saw, and Ash can just layer on with the arrow and all of her slows. Very, very unpleasant lane if you can get ahead, and we already have a 20 CS advantage, just 3 kills. She's going to be propelling herself towards her early mythic.
Yoru managed to also secure the Rift Herald for flash abusers. This is going to be an interesting one to see if he prioritizes the mid lane plates or he goes to another lane.
Yeah, I wonder, but I do think that this this crazy aggressiveness from Aatrox has put him down in CS. Yes, he's getting the huge advantage in terms of he's getting the huge advantage in terms of health, and we see it again.
Oh, Jughead catching out Dunkmaster again. Dunkmaster just can't try to skirmish against Jughead, otherwise Jughead chunks him down pretty fast.
Yeah, he's getting the health advantage, but Gangplank has the sustain with the corrupting potions, and unless Tabush can get up there to try and dive him, it's very, very difficult for Jughead to get an advantage. Dunkmaster's happy. He's happy farming under the tower. He outscales the Aatrox.
Yoru being spotted by the sweeper. I don't think he's noticed that the sweeper's spotted him there. Bush walking away to safety. As we see Glotsky also hovering in the mid lane. Pretty much counterplay happening at all parts of the map. Glotsky caught by a Pretobara hook charm landing on Glotsky as well. Ignite coming down. Meanwhile,
it's too late.
oh
it's
my,
just
the
in time.
Cosmic Radiance has just saved him for a couple seconds, but Helicon manages to secure the kill, as also the Dunkmaster is forced to cast Cannon Barrage to, well, pretty much scare Jughead away.
And we see Pretobara again. He is the heart of this team. He is leading all of the plays. He's landing the hooks. He's CCing the enemy, and they just can't get away. And he's completely destroying Glotsky in this match.
Oh, Chrysalaro coming down, lands on Yoru. Flocky safe for now, as the Bush tried to catch him out while he was recalling. Just seem to be retreating for now. Nothing else seems to be happening. I think it's safe to analyze the game a little bit now.
I don't know. I feel like as soon as I start making a point, we'll see another engage. As we see Kim Jensen just saying hello there to Helicon.
Oh.
There we go, Pretobaro.
Flush, death sentence landing on Kim Jensen. Ignite as well. Surely he falls down here. Can he trade the kill? Trades the kill on Helicon. That's a kill for Kim Jensen. The Jinx, Super Mega Death Rocket. I think he missed everyone by just a slither.
Yeah, but it doesn't even matter because Pretobaro is just such a beast in this game, and everything is going through him. But Helicon did go down there, and what it means is that Echo is going to get towards his early mythic, and he's going to start doing damage. And this is where that exhaust is going to become crucial. If the exhaust is up, Echo can't engage. He's going to have to go back to his ultimate. And if the exhaust isn't up, that's his opportunity, and it's on Pretobaro to deny that one shot. It's all about this one shot, especially when the Ashe has been so far ahead as she is.
Indeed, Ashe is going to be a big problem for Floki to deal with, as he's never going to be able to get close without being engaged on by both Pretobaro and Gargoyle at this point of the game.
Yeah, but let's take a second to look at the goal difference here. So we've got 20k. So you've got just a 1k advantage for the side of
Base department.
Base department, sorry. So and to even Taboosh with all of these early game advantages that he's been getting his team, it's not really manifested into a huge lead, and they're going to need a bigger gold lead than this, especially with the side of Gangplank. Gangplank's going to be worth so much once he gets to his 3-4 item point. Going to do so much damage. He's going to completely destroy the team if he can land a barrel combo in these fights, and yeah, it's kind of, and Jinx will outscale the Ashe, I think, as well, honestly, if she can get to 3-4 items again. So I really want to see base department snowball this advantage that they've gained.
Crystal Arrow landing on Floki. Floki foresees the cleanse. I think he's safe for now, but Pretobaro flashes forward, tries to flay him towards Gargoyle, and Floki is forced to flash as well. Meanwhile, Yoru and Glotsky collapsing on Pretobaro and Gargoyle. They seem to be safe for now, as they see Helicon coming down through the ward on the Dragon Pit. I think
all the action in the bot lane.
yeah, very, very bot lane focused game at the moment. Kim Jensen and Helicon look to fight over Drake Vision at the moment. Yoru going down for the engage, stunning Gargoyle, and the Lantern takes him to safety. Meanwhile, Floki's going to be caught in no man's land as Tabush is able to solo him down.
Yeah, and there's just not enough peel there for Floki after he used. We just saw him use his flash cleanse, and okay, there's just a hook lands just to say hello. Yeah, we just saw him use his flash cleanse in the last skirmish, and he just gets caught out there, and it is very, very difficult for him to do anything. There's not enough peel. But then
Ocean taken down for base department. Yoru tried to go into the pit to seal it, forced to use his flash and his ultimate to escape with a slither of himself. It just seems like Floki can never do anything in the fights anymore if he doesn't have both summoners up now.
That's right. And I was just saying there's not enough peel, but I've not got time to talk because there's another fight in the mid lane. But yeah, there's not enough peel. Look at Ashe, how much peel she has. She has Jarvan to stand in the way. She has Aatrox to stand in the way. She has Thresh to peel her with the Lantern, which we just saw saved her life. But there's not enough on the side. Without this Cosmic Radius from Taric, without the resistances and the Zeeks that he needs and the Locket and things, these key items, there's not enough peel for this Jinx. So it's on the Volibear to do that. It was a nice attempt to try and steal the dragon, but wasn't quite enough. And we're going to see it, the advantage that they gained.
Kim Jensen being charmed in the towers. Helicon is taken really low. Ignite going down for Kim Jensen, but Helicon survives once again with a slit of HP. Seems like the theme of this game. I feel like the flash abusers are just not... Oh, hold on a second to Bush. Approaching Kim Jensen from behind. Kim Jensen throws on his stun field. Can't the Bush take him down? Stunned under the tower. He's able to take him down with the flag, but also Yoru takes down the Bush, just hammering, clawing him down. The super mega death rocket leaving Helicon at around 10 HP. Just insane. So much action happening in a short period of time.
It's absolutely insane, isn't it? So, okay, let me just unpack that before the next fight in about 10 seconds. So, they do get the kill on Kim Jensen there, but it is a little bit overforced, and Debush does give over a big 600 gold shutdown. So, not ideal for base department, but they're just getting these small advantages over and over and over again, and it's manifesting itself into a gold lead now. 2,000 now, and look at the mythics on the side of them now. Right, got double Gore Drinker, Luden's coming through, Shield Bow already on the way to that wit's end, Locket from the Thresh with the Moby boots and the support item. He's got so much gold, and the items just aren't coming through yet. I do think from the side of
You know, I'm so surprised about this game is that we've seen nothing from top lane just yet. Unleashed teleports have been active for about 3 minutes now, and they're still on both 0 kill participation when there's been about 13 kills in the game.
yeah.
You're just testing his luck right here. No vision on the base department. He's pretty much giving this Rift Herald away to the Bush and company. Jughead just comes down from top lane to help secure the Rift Herald. I don't think Yoru is going to be able to do much here. Maybe the Thunder can steal it. Ooh! Did it? Okay, okay. I actually thought the Super Mega Death Rocket got that, but Pretabara is able to secure the Rift Herald buff on him.
Thank God they nerfed that objective damage in the preseason to from Jinx to Super Mega Death Rocket, because that was a bit stupid. But I'm glad that that's kind of been nerfed, and you don't see those crazy steals anymore or as often. But yeah, it's ideal situation.
Ooh.
But there's time to talk.
Charm landing on Kim Jensen. He's also knocked up. I don't think the Chrono Break is just not going to do much as he's taken down by Helicon. Once again, Tabush just being incredibly massive in this game. Pretobaro roaming around the mid lane with Gargoyle. He's still got the Rift Herald buff to use on a potential tower.
Absolutely, and Jarvan kind of probably heading towards the GA or the Death Dance here. He's got 100% KP, and he's just running this game. But meanwhile, in the top side, we kind of saw Jughead Jonesy engaging again, trying to do an all-in, and it wasn't enough. And Gangplank's been able to survive every single time, but will he survive this time?
Jughead just throwing down everything he's got at Dunkmaster. Can he secure the kill? Dunkmaster's so low, but no flash on both sides just means Dunkmaster is able to just walk away. But the thing is it a wise idea to stick around for this long as we see Pretobaro roaming to the top lane? He's got those Moby boots, he's catching up really fast. Jughead dives Dunkmaster, kills him solo and walks away like it's nothing.
He does eventually get the kill. He's been so Gangplank's been escaping so often, but now he finally gets the kill and he's able to get the early advantage now. And this is what we need to start getting this lead up again. But Kim Jensen,
Helicon falling very low once again to Kim Jensen's Ignite. Meanwhile, the Rift Herald is used by Pretobaro in mid. And yeah, we see a bottom tower trade. Some pings going down for Mountain Drake. Who's gonna be able to secure this one? Because it feels like everyone's pretty even in terms of this team fight.
That's true, and it's on Kim Jensen to try and get a pick early in this team fight to stop Pretobaro being the menace that he is.
Going down to Kim Jensen. Kim Jensen falling really low.
Oh, it's a good Cosmic Radiance.
Cosmic Radiance is making everyone immune, but is Kim Jensen gonna fall? But Super Mega Death Rocket doesn't take any victims. Glusky falling really low, trying to get a kill on Pretobaro. Pretobaro escapes with a slit of HP. Meanwhile, Yoru and Floki are gonna do the same and retreat, as it's going to be a Mountain Drake for base department.
Oh, and then we see another fight.
Oh my, Yoru playing with fire, wanting to secure that red buff, has to flash away from Jughead. It's falling pretty low. A TP also coming down from Jughead to protect the top tower. I don't think we'll see much more now. I think we can unpack that now.
Yeah, I'll give you a second to breathe. So yes, it's very, very difficult to 5v5 them now, unless Kim Jensen can kind of get this massive pick onto Ashe, but the Immortal Shield Bow can deny much of that, and you can see he just got hooked at the start of that fight, and it made it so he really couldn't do much. And Gargoyle's just propelling their lead over and over again, and now it's up to kind of 4k, almost 5k, and they're getting such a heavy lead here, and it's really on the side of Kim Jensen to just try and get a one-shot off. And buy time, because you want to buy time for this Gangplank to scale into the monster that it becomes, but they just haven't had enough time yet. And if they keep hemorrhaging these objectives, the next one is Soul Point, the next one is Mountain Drake, and the Mountain Drake on an Aatrox and a Jarvan that's constantly diving you, that doesn't look winnable to me.
Let's not forget the shadow carry of this game, Preto Baro, who's going to benefit of these stats immensely as well.
Absolutely, and yeah, the pairing of Taboosh and Predabaro, this jungle support synergy has been so good. They've been working so well together, and it's been such a powerful combo. It has. It's been deadly, and the glacial slowing everyone down. Jarvan able to land massive flag and drags, you know, kind of pinning everyone in his ultimate, and he's not killable with the Gore Drinker now. And Aatrox was also able to be kind of formidable. You need anti-heal, and there's none yet on the side of Flash Abusers.
Indeed, we just see some hiding going on in bushes, trying to catch Dunkmaster.
Oh, and Kim Jensen as well.
That was very, very close. Kim Jensen almost landed the stun on Helicon. He escapes once again. It feels like Kim Jensen is really trying his hardest to bring this one back, but he's just getting so unlucky every time.
Yeah, definitely. He's been, spending his time for dinner at Helicon. Honestly, he's been in his face all the time and been all over him. But it's not been enough, and he's not been able to get the crucial kills that he needs. But look at the bounties that they potentially have, right? 650 Gs on Gargoyles.
Oh, flying drag going over to Dunkmaster. Has the bush, also uses his Cataclysm, but yeah, Dunkmaster flashes away. Eats a bit of an orange, and he's fine. Nothing's happening here. He's always escaping. I don't know how he does it, but I think I'm going to call him the Master Escapist this game.
Unfortunately, you can't orange the Cataclysm there, but yeah, very, very clean escape again. Only getting caught the once in this game when he did overstay, but he's happy, he's scaling, and he's going to get the Prowler's Claw. He's going to get the... he's actually going for more lethality as well, probably. I think that's the Gangplank build nowadays.
Dunkmaster, you're playing with fire once again. Jughead activates the world and the Super Mega Death Rocket, taking Jughead so low, but the healing from the world ender just puts him at too much HP. Floki trying to hammer him down. Meanwhile, well, we see a cut to the bot lane, but there's fights happening all around the map.
Still alive.
Jensen, how is he living here? The Chrono Break also sustains him back up. He takes down Helicon and finally falls down.
Jughead survived all that.
Jughead, the sustain on that Aatrox is insane.
1v4, he gets the kill and he gets out. Absolutely insane. They need to start investing in this anti-heal now. They need to start denying some of it from the Jarvan, from the Aatrox, and even the Ashe at this point. Because you can see what
there was sustain happening on both ends of the map. Chrono Break just healing Kim Jensen so much for him to take down Helicon, and on the opposite side of the map, Jughead just getting massive heals from that World Ender as well.
Yeah, I love the Nash's Tooth that he's chosen for as well, recognizing that actually... Oh, there's another engage.
Flag and drag Cataclysm, the Jarvan classic forces the flashes out of Floki as he emotes and walks away. But you know, that was a costly one. Jinx without a flash is potentially a Jinx out of the game for about 5 minutes.
I love the way Taboosh is just using his Cataclysm to get these summoners over and over again. We saw it in the top lane with Dunkmaster. We see it again with Floki, and Floki without flash is very, very vulnerable.
Indeed, too much you see on the side of the base department. Gargoyle with his Crystal Arrow, Pretobara with his deadly death sentences as well. see the teams fighting around the Drake pit at the moment, as a Mountain Drake Soul will be up in around 5 seconds. Well, Soul Point for a team, but potentially a first Drake for Flash Abusers if they're able to secure this one. But it does seem like base department are controlling this one fairly well. They've got vision control all around the pit as well.
And if base department secure this Drake, you have to think that they're going to secure the victory as well, just because of the amount of stats that it gives you. Good Gangplank ultimate coming through. They do kind of want to secure this.
Oh, Flag and Drag used to escape. Yoru manages to secure the Mountain Soul. Sorry, the Mountain Drake has... What? Dunkmaster just popped completely. Meanwhile, Jughead just hammering away their backline. Kim Jensen managed to pick up a kill on Pretobaro. Just kills going down all around the map. The Cataclysm takes down Glusky. Kim Jensen using the Chrono Break to walk away, but the Flag and Drag from the bush just wiping out the Flash Abusers. Didn't seem to abuse Flash this one, as none of them seem to have it.
So they get the Dragon, but at what cost? An ace. Base department able to just completely destroy them there. Jughead 1v3ing the backline. He does not care, and they protect the Ashe so they can kill the front line too. Only Predaparo goes down, and they're going to see Baron as well come through. And it just seems like a matter of time at this point. 6k now, and it's going to be, what, 7.5k once this Baron comes down. You're going to get so much experience from the Baron as well. And, nice attempt there, but yeah, it's not looking good for Flash Abusers at all.
Objective bounties now coming up for the Flash Abusers. This is probably something they can capitalize on, as that top tower is really low. Blue just given away to Gargoyle King, as the Bush doesn't see a need for a blue. I think the Bush only sees kills. At the moment, he only sees blood, doesn't he?
Definitely. And Jughead Jones, he's had enough. He's saying, I don't want to fight against this Jughead, this Dunkmaster in top lane. He gets away from too many of my all-in attempts, and he just says, I'm going to wreck your team instead. And that's what he's been doing. And Tabush has just set him up to do that.
Dunkmaster did hear you. He did buy an Executioner's Calling right now, so he's definitely keen on shutting down Jughead. But I'm not sure about the possibility of that, even with an Executioner's Calling at this point.
Yeah, let's take a second to kind of talk about the avenue for Flash Abusers to get back into this game.
Yoru trying to catch out Helicon. Helicon falling really low here, below half HP. Can Yoru secure the kill? The charm is landed on him as well. Meanwhile, to Bush just 1v2ing here. Floki falling so low, unable to do any damage to the Bush. Dunkmaster flashes again. This feels like another theme of the game, as Jughead just tries to hammer him down. The World Ender and his skews are able to finally secure that kill, as the base department are now specializing in the base destroying department. They take down the mid inhibitor tower. Pretty large bleeding on the side of Flash Abusers at the moment.
It doesn't look like they're even giving them a chance to get back into the game. There's more action.
Oh, and that was the delete.
Wow, that's what we've been looking for all game. And if we can continue to get these picks over and over again, that's the avenue back into the game. But you need to pick the other targets. You need to pick the Aatrox, the Jarvan, the Ashe. They all have huge bounties, and that's the way back into the game with the objective bounties. And you have to feel that that's the only way back, and it's so difficult to kill the Jarvan and the Aatrox though at this point. Look at the Jarvan's item, 3 items now, and he's got so much healing. You really need more anti-heal than just on the Gangplank.
Kim Jensen pulling all the strings here as he tries to 1v1 to Bush, but I'm pretty sure the Bush is gonna wipe him here. Flag and Drag missing completely, but the Cataclysm dunking him down as, well, that's a dead Kim Jensen, as Jughead is now chased by 3 members of the Flash Abusers. Well, then the popped for survivability. They've got finally the backup arriving from Gargoyle and Pretobaro. Well, then they're just resetting and resetting. This is going to be a massacre as Yoru doesn't get pulled back. Oh my god, okay. He's just going in, Floki, poor Floki. Jughead has got you here as a quadra kill. Goes in the way of Jughead. That World Ender being deadly from minute 5 when he reached level 6.
And Jughead just says, I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me, and he absolutely decimates them 1v4, the Shy style there. Oh wow, there's nothing you can do. Nice attempt.
the confidence on the side of Pretovar. Even if he falls it, that was just for style points. He doesn't fall as the Nexus explodes, keeping him alive, and that's the first game being a win for the side of the base department. Pretty decisive win overall. A bit of a rough early game for both teams, but yeah.
That's pretty based, if you ask me, honestly. Because, I think Jughead Jonesy, an employee of the month at the base department, I think, just because able to destroy them in that last second there. But Tabush able to just carry his team on the side with in synergy with Pretabaru and just propel his team to these early leads. They're able to get these early dragons, and they're able to close out the game quickly and methodically. And I want to see Dunkmaster on a different pick. I think he's able to kind of survive against.
He needs an early game pick here, if you like.
Definitely. I think there's just way too much action, and there's not enough time to scale in these games, unfortunately. And they weren't able to get the itemization with the anti-heal that they needed early enough because they just didn't have enough gold injected into Flocky. And it all started with that level 3 skirmish. It all started with Gargoyle getting those 2 kills early and being able to just stay alive over and over again with the help of Pretabaru and Tabush. And they're all working so cleanly together.
Indeed, yeah. I couldn't pick an MVP for that one, to be honest. Both Tabush and Jughead were insane. Tabush with his flag and drags were just, well, that was pretty clean Javan gameplay if I've ever seen it, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's exactly what you want. We said it was going to be a war of the early game junglers, and the volley just not able to get those ganks out as effectively as the Javan, and he didn't have Tarek's backup, and it's all about jungle support synergy, and Pretabaru was just there, check in your fridge, Pretabaru's there, check under your bed, Pretabaru's there, he's just kind of everywhere in this game, and very, very formidable force.
Well, we saw a very, very good, clean game from the side of a base department. Hopefully the flash abusers can turn this one around. And we're going to check it into a short break as we resume with Game 2. Stick around, guys. to the game 2 between the Flash abusers and the base department. We saw a pretty hard stomp on the side of the base department during the first game. Are we able to see something different from the side of the Flash abusers this one?
Yeah, it was pretty based, but we want to see Flash abusers destroy that base. You know, like I just want to see them kind of pick a bit more early game and try and play towards your jungler a bit more, because Tabush was just able to take over the game with Fredabaro roaming all around with this Glacial Augment Thresh, and it just made Yoru's game so much harder. And be careful of these early game skirmishes. You have to know that both junglers are going to be pathing towards the bot lane, and but as we're going to go into Champ Select now, so we'll see what adaptations they have. You can't imagine that Jughead Jones is going to get his hands on the Aatrox again.
Indeed, I really hope there's a change of comp on the side of Flash abusers. I feel like the idea
And there it is.
Oh, if the Aatrox isn't banned and if the Jarvan isn't banned, I'm going to be very, very surprised here. But yeah, like I was saying, I feel like if they don't switch it around this game, it's going to be a very similar fate to first game, because from my perspective, this they might feel different, but from my perspective, it definitely feels like they're not used to this sort of style of the like engagement we want, fight for picks, and not like 5v5 straight up team fight. I feel like if they adapted their comp to have like more team fight reliant champions, they keep the Jinx definitely. They need to keep that Jinx, but they need a better peel for the Jinx, like a Lulu or a Janna. I feel like that's where they need to steer to at the moment.
Yeah, I'd love to see it paired with like a Braum or some kind of disengage as well.
Definitely.
I think that goes really well into Predabaro's champion pool. He loves these hook champions. You can deny so much of that with the Braum, with the Janna as well, right? Draw some disengage because you know they're going to go ham.
Yeah.
But yeah, see the Aatrox taken away. Jughead was so good on this pick, and we'll see what he does opt to go for instead. But
on the side of base department, because we've not really spoke about just yet, they need to keep the Jarvan. I feel like that's worked so well that if they, I agree with this as well. If they go with the Ashe and Jarvan, then they are good to go for the second game. They just need to keep the base comp the same. They can change things around a little bit. Obviously, they'll have to change with the top lane being banned. But if they don't pick up the Ashe and the Jarvan in the first 2 picks, I'll be very, very shocked here.
Yeah, and why change what isn't broken, right? Drafting
Exactly.
the Ashe again, probably going to go towards the Jarvan. And, you know, you've got so much pick potential, and it works so well for them in the first game. But Flash abusers opting for Xayah Rakan here, very, very strong level 2, saying, okay, look, you got us in the first game, but this is us. But these are our picks. These are what we're going to use to actually try and counter you. But they didn't draft the disengage. They just instead drafted Rakan, who's this kind of engagey, baity kind of support, but synergizes obviously so well with Xayah, and Xayah can peel herself with her ultimate as well. So there's the Jarvan.
I was getting really nervous when you have that leaf. But yeah, he's locked in. Tabush has locked in the famous Jarvan. I'm very excited to see his Jarvan again. I feel like that was very, very it's very pleasing to watch, because the way he does his flag and drags and his cataclysm, it feels really, really clean. Definitely some really, really nice Jarvan gameplay. Okay. All right. So he's threatened them with a Thresh, and now he's coming in for the kill for that. He's coming in for their throats.
He's on his signature Blitzcrank pick, taken away in the first game, put on the Thresh. Absolutely destroys it. Okay, not banned in this game. I'm so excited to see what he can do on this pick. If he can land these hooks over and over again, and with the silence, actually, it's super annoying. And one of the things that Blitzcrank really, really benefited from in the preseason was this Windsor's Approach item. It's just such a natural item for him. Allows him to get the shields over and over again and apply the slows. It's very, very, very good item, because Blitzcrank is so mana hungry in the early game, and if he picks up an early tier, he is able to get as many hooks as he needs.
Indeed, we see a Viego lock-in likely going to be for Euro 1. I highly doubt Kim Jensen or Dunkmaster will carry this one out. What's your opinion on Viego right now, especially into the kind of style that didn't work out for them in the first place last game?
The thing about Viego is Unfortunately, he is Viego. He has the Viego insurance. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are at Viego because you always have the possession. You always have this unstoppable heartbreaker ultimate that just gives you a get out of jail free card. And if you ever get ahead on this champion, and you get a kill in a random team fight, you just take over the team fight. And if you ever get accelerated, and now people kind of go towards this shield bow. They go towards this shield bow, essence reaver, even an IE thrown in there, full kind of one shot Viego, and it's very very oppressive to play against. But you have to think it'd probably go towards the Divine Sunder variant in this case. But we see a set in this game instead of.
When I usually play Viego in the jungle against Jarvan, I feel like I do have an upper hand on the Jarvan, like throughout the early and mid game. I feel like that's what kind of Yoru's thinking of at this point as well. It's like if he's probably thinking he's going to outplay the Jarvan in the early game. He's going to bully him out of the jungle. He's going to probably have a lot more gank pressure than the Jarvan as well. Although they're kind of similar in ganking pressures, but I do feel like Viego, if Viego encounters Jarvan at any point during the early mid game, I feel like the bush would just be dead if he doesn't run away.
I agree. However, I don't think you factored into the fact that he was never alone in that last game because Predabara was right there with him, and if he is able to mimic that, then Yoru's never going to get able to get those 1v1s. But if we take a second to look at the other matchups, so we've got Set versus Darius in the top lane, and Dunkmaster was on the back foot for most of that game. It seemed like he just wanted to scale, but now it is very much a skill matchup, and Darius versus Set, both huge, strong, these juggernaut bruising tanks, and it's a battle of the ages up there.
I think this is definitely a taunt at Dunkmaster. It's like, I know you play a lot of Darius. I know you do it, and I'm going to show you how you play it.
Definitely. I'm so excited to see how this one goes out. It's all about the timing of his W, right? And getting that grit to as high as you can get it, and trying to stop some of that Darius bleed damage, because if you can get the 5 stacks on Darius, it's game over. But then again, we've got in the mid lane as well, Syndra versus Zoe. Two kind of staple picks. We haven't seen that much of either of them though in pro play, and kind of usually you would see the Syndra in kind of a flex potential, right? Because she can go mid, she can go bot. Sometimes we even saw Zhao who pull out a top pick a little while back, but Zoe as an answer to Syndra is quite interesting to me. It's kind of up to her to pop over these walls and try and help Viego in these early skirmishes, because I think it mostly just goes even in the mid lane. But
I feel like what we were speaking about prior to them picking the 5 champions on each team, we were saying how the style that the Flash abusers were going for last game with like the sort of picks comp wasn't really favorable for them that game. And they've just opted to go for the same thing again this game, the same style of team comp. They're going for picks, while base department just stick with their comp base as well, which was hard engage, hard team fights. Do you think this might be a long story short of last game as well?
Quite possibly. I just don't think there's enough disengage on the side of Flash abusers, right? I think the early mid 2v2 Jarvan Syndra very very strong. I think it's stronger than Zoe Viego. Zoe Viego, Zoe, it's quite hard to hit some of these bubbles if you're not in the right location. It's so much easier to execute the Scat of the Week from the Syndra and just layer in the Flag on Drag on top of that. And I think it could be very much the story. Really, this game is on Glotsky to get some of these early roams to kind of match Predabara and the pressure he was exuding on the lane, and on the game, really. And we're looking towards this player, right? He has to kind of perform in this one because it was a rough turret game for him in the last one.
Yeah. Rakan is definitely a more meta champion that he'll find much easier to have pressure on compared to Taric at the moment. Because in my personal opinion, I think Taric is very average support. I feel like if you want an engaged support, you just go for something like, I don't know, Blitz, Rakan, Thresh, Leona, stuff like that. And if you want a defensive support, you just go for Braum, Tam, stuff like that. And Taric is sort of a master of none. Well, he does it all, but he doesn't master any kind of particular support style. And I feel like that's where Glotsky really struggled that game to find his identity.
Yeah, I think he just kind of got too behind in the early game. I think if it had gone even, we would have seen the Taric thrive a bit more because he does have that crazy strong Cosmic Radiance ultimate,
Yeah.
and he didn't. There was never a time that he was enabling the Volibear to get some of these ganks off, or it didn't seem like we ever saw the synergy between them where you can put the stun on the Volibear and have the Volibear run at them. But I
Yeah.
want to see the synergy this game. I want to see him dashing to Viego, getting some of these grand entrances off. And getting the quickness in a multi-man kind of Hillisang-like engage.
That might be a lot to ask for, but then again, we also do see Pretobaro on a champion that's way more punishing if you mess up your engage as well. On the Thresh, you've kind of got the tools to disengage, walk away a little bit. Blitz, you got to go all in, or that's it. You're not doing much throughout the game.
Exactly. And I feel like the game is very much in Predabaro's hands again. But you've got lots of immobile targets to hit. You've got quite easy targets to hit. Zoe, very, very immobile. Yes, she has her ultimate, but other than that, she has to go back to where she ulted from. There's not too many like dashes or anything to get away. So I wonder if Xayah will go towards a kind of a Gale Force just to give a dash, kind of get away from some of these hooks or some of this CC coming through. But you have to feel like base department have the advantage here as they do go for an early level 1 here, potentially going to get a level 1 for Dunkmaster.
Yep.
I've forgotten to pause again. Yes, I am at 10 seconds. Go. Yes.
All right, and we're into the Summoner's Rift right now for game 2 between Flash Abusers and Base Department. Base Department on the blue side and Flash on the red side. Yeah, as we were carrying on our conversation, we definitely didn't hear any spoilers or anything like that.
I predict the future. I think they're going to go for a topside invade here.
Oh, you're right. Oh,
wow. No, maybe I'm part of the base department. Who knows?
Oh my, yeah, we've definitely got to report this, right? You got some cheats going on here. As a Pretobaro and the company are spotted by a ward there, Dunkmaster just walks away. Well, that's a bit of a nice trade. Dunkmaster starts off with is it 10 or 15 gold that ward's gift?
Yeah, I think it's 15. You know,
is it? Yeah. Keeps getting changed every time. No, I can't keep track anymore.
I can't say I play enough support and clear that many wards anyway. You know, but yeah, more of a top laner myself. But
that's GG easy. Jughead wins lane. Let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. But I like the choice of the Ghost here. Really just saying to Dunkmaster, look, I demolished you in the last game and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to run at you all game and you're not going to be able to get away from me. And
yeah,
Dunkmaster
he's
opting for the Ignite. No TP from the side of Flash Abusers in this game.
Like, I feel like Jughead is just completely taunting them. He picks Dunkmaster's main champion. He says, oh, you're called the Flash Abusers? Okay, we don't need Flash to win the lane. And this is just him. We're gonna see him just go ham every time, and or we're just gonna see the same skirmish we saw last game for about 10 minutes. As pretty normal pathing for both junglers. Viego going from blue to Gromp, and Jarvan. Actually, Jarvan skipping Raptors here. Pretty interesting. Probably will come back for that to be going to the bot lane as Pretobaro exerts his hook pressure by standing in the mid bush in bot lane.
Yeah, this time I think the volatility is in the top lane, right? You've got these two melee top laners always looking to trade, always looking to clash heads, and that's where both of them are pathing this time. So if we can get a skirmish up there, but Pretobaro looking to get the level 2.
Level 2 hit, the hook landed on Floki as Floki gets ignited, taken down to half HP. A lot of poke coming down as Bloodski.
The spacing.
Gargoyle, he's a monster on that Ashe, isn't he?
That was so clean. That was very, very clean. It looked like initially there the trade was won. It looked like initially there Glotsky had managed to save managed to actually save the trade, but then Gargoyle goes in.
Jughead, you're in dangerous waters here, ignited by Dunkmaster. The first blood going over to Jughead as he gets traded by the Floki. Oh my word, he's fallen down as well. Gargoyle just going monster mode right now, picks up a double kill. so much action happening all. I got really confused there because I looked at the champion portraits and I completely forgot for a second that Viego transforms into the Darius. I was just like, wait, they have a Viego, right?
I don't know why they made that change and didn't just keep it as the Viego portrait. I feel like it's just there to confuse casters across the world. But,
indeed.
Yeah, this game mimicking the first game, and if there was any kind of mental advantage in that first game, you've got to say it must be pretty tilting for the flash abusers to lose a 2v2 and to lose first
Pretovaro's
word.
Hex Flash flashing over the wall. And the miss on Kim Jensen as he lands a sleep bubble on Helicon, manages to proc the electrocute goggle, falling really low. Glotsky's got him pinned down here, but chooses to walk away and let Floki CS there. Kim Jensen. Oh, okay. That was just a back. I thought Pretovaro was going for round 2. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I said Glotsky needs to channel his inner Halisang, and that's exactly what Pretobaro is doing in this game. He's flashing over walls already, and it's his signature pick, and you have to say, with his playstyle in the first game, it's exactly what you would expect. But yeah.
Can I just note that Pretobaro is a go-to level support, and I'm seeing easily diamond decision making coming out of him. The ability that he has to roam, and he knows when to roam as well, and how to make an impact in the game. I'm not sure if this is just because they're very compact and coordinated as a team, but definitely props to him as a go. If this is his main account and he's actually a go-to player, he's insane. He's the most insane go-to support I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's absolutely been smurfing in his games. As Kim Jensen.
Oh, cleanse forced out of Helicon. This is the classic Kim Jensen and Helicon rivalry at the moment. Kim Jensen just bullying him constantly, regardless of flash abuser's disadvantage in majority of the game.
Yeah, and Kim Jensen with the Zoe is just so obnoxious in the lane, but there's no time to talk.
As that bush is forced to flash away, the knockup was coming from Glotsky. Pretty safe here. That bush just having a more passive early game, which is fine. He's still ahead at the moment.
Yeah, and Zoe just still as obnoxious as ever, just, picking up these random summoner spells. You've got heal, I've got a stride breaker now, I can clear the wave, I've got cleanse, you're going to stun me, what the heck, I'm Zoe. It's kind of very unfun, and Kim Jensen once again having the mid-prior. He had it in the last game with the Echo, and able to get a 20 CS advantage pretty much by himself already.
Pretobaro, he's baiting that hook. Loves that OK emote as well. The hook just grazing Glotsky as he's forced to dash towards Floki, putting his shield on cooldown.
Okay, but how annoying is Blitzcrank to play against though? Always in the bushes. Look, he's going to flex flash across the bush there almost.
That was fantastic. He was spotted just barely by a misplay on the Hex Flash. But I feel like this isn't Blitzcrank that's annoying. I feel like this is Pretobaro that's completely annoying. On the Thresh, on the Blitz, I feel like if you put him on any hook champion, this guy is just going to control the whole lane.
Absolutely, and we didn't see many bans come out to that. We only saw the Blitzcrank in the first game, but
Flag and
there he is,
drag
Pretobaro
on your... This is becoming very comical. It's just the Pretobaro and the Bush duo. When flash abusers see any kind of duo from them approaching them, that's easy flash. Just flash away, no bother.
What I love about the base department is that they know what they're good at. They know their play style. They know, okay, we're going to play for picks. We're going to play for hooks. And that's exactly what they're doing. It's exactly what they're so good at. And that's why they've been succeeding in this game. And the
hook and the knock-up on the Yoru.
I swear that's just mental advantage. But Kim Jensen.
This is just a classic. I feel like is this deja vu? Helicon falling really, really low here and falling to Kim Jensen's Ignite. It's exactly deja vu as we see Kim Jensen bullying. Oh my word, the dunk. The dunk from the Noxian Guillotine, just executing the Dunk Master himself. Is Jughead the new Dunk Master now?
Apparently so. Title stolen there. Jughead was annihilating him in the GP matchup for most of the game, but not able to get an advantage until much later in the game. But this time says, okay, I'm going to pick your champion and destroy you with it. And that seems to be what he's doing so far. Great solo kill there. Taboosh also going to be able to secure an early Mountain Drake. And we're seeing exactly what we saw last game.
Exactly.
Tabush is somewhere. He's never alone. Predabara is going to be there. And the synergy between these two players is absolutely astounding.
I mean, we kind of did predict this scenario, didn't we? I mean, if both teams are going to carry out with similar team comps, but with different champions, surely the same outcome applies, right? Surely we see the same map rotation. This is exactly deja vu. We saw Tabush having a lot of pressure in the bot lane, and we saw Yoru securing that Rift Herald in the early game when he was playing Volibear as well.
Yes, but I like this from Glotsky though. Actually, finally recognizing, look, I need to be with Yoru because Predabara is going to be there, and I like the roam because you're not doing anything by just sitting bot. Oh, interesting interaction there.
Fantastic use of the portal jump, as it does cancel out the hook, similar to the Ez dash.
This is exactly what Glotsky needs to be doing, mimicking Predabara, following him around the back so he's there for the numbers advantage. And
the stun landing on Kim Jensen. Kim Jensen's got Glotsky and Yoru to back him up. Glotsky falling below half HP as Helicon uses his unleashed power. The flash having to be burnt. Actually, no, he didn't burn flash. That was just a hook, and Glotsky just walks away without any repercussions.
But this is what we're talking about. Glotsky matches the pressure of Predabara, and it works out well for him, and he needs to continue doing that. He needs to continue matching Predabara in this matchup to stop this snowball from Predabara.
You just see, I mean, Yoru now has a lot of jungle pressure because he does have that Rift Herald in his storage. He surely has to use it very, very soon because there's not long left on tower and on turret plates. Okay. They're just threatening him. They're just putting Kim Jensen in his place. I feel like Helicon just needs to let the Bush play around other lanes at the moment because it worked well last game. Meanwhile,
Predabara.
Predabara lands the hook on Glotsky. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a bit meaningless just because he can dash away to safety.
Yeah, Kim is really. We were talking about it in the end of last game. It's really on Kim Jensen to carry, and he's been put on this Zoe. He's getting he got an early kill, and he's been getting a huge CS advantage, and it looks like he's on him to again match the picks with the picks, and that's exactly what he's doing. 30 CS up now. It's all on Kim Jensen's shoulders. You need to help him carry, guys.
Indeed, both laners falling really low from the side of the flash abusers. Very, very favorable for the side of the base department. It just seems like they're going to be left alone for now. The hook landing on a minion, so no harm, no foul here as Glotsky was able to sidestep it.
Yeah, it actually, interestingly enough, it actually seems like it's going to be the Lethality Xayah. I've not seen this build on Summoner's Rift. I'll say I've seen it a lot in ARAM, but I'm not sure. Obviously, you're so reliant on the feathers already, but I'm not sure that you really want that into Darius and Jarvan and Blitzcrank. You're going to have three kind of tanky boys that you're going to have to be hitting down, and I'm not sure that what lethality is what you need here.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a strange build as the Bush uses the flag and drag to scare Kim Jensen away. Yoru there to back him up. Helicon falling really low here.
Oh, the
Viego with the possession also takes down Helicon. The Bush, can he fall down? Oh my, he's solo. Kim Jensen flashes in.
Oh, he trades.
A bad decision on Kim Jensen's part as he's forced to trade for the Bush's health. Well, life in this case. Predabara just forced to hold down mid by himself. Going in, getting charmed by Glotsky's.
Oh, he set up for his team again.
The Dunk Master coming in, the true Dunk Master himself. Pops the ghost, dunks, walks away, no questions asked.
Predabara is an absolute baiting mastermind in the mid lane. A man after my own heart. What an amazing performance from him. No one thinks, what is this Blitzcrank doing? What is he up to? And then all of a sudden, Darius is ghosting around the corner, getting the kill there. But you can see at the start of that play what Viego is able to do and how oppressive he can be if he gets a possession. Even lands the Scatter of the Weak onto Tabush there, but not quite enough. I think Kim Jensen may have misclicked. He did say so in the chat. But they do trade. They do trade. So Tabush does go down. But Darius, Hullbreaker Darius.
Ocean Dragon coming up in around 20 seconds as we see Glotsky putting in some vision just so base department don't get it for free. Rift Herald also used in mid by Yoru. This is going to get some plates down. The hook landed on Yoru as well. To Bush with a flag and drag knocks him up. Yoru falling really low as he's gotten ignited by Pretobaro. Forced to smite the crab to gain some HP and walks away safely. Manages to secure the crab for some Drake control as well.
Yeah. I mean, Pretobaro, it all happens around him. He seems to be the leader of the base department because all the plays in this game have gone for him. Here he is again!
He pops his movement speed buff, knocks up Kim Jensen, hooks him. That's unleashed power used on Kim Jensen as he falls down. Could be a very free dragon for the side of the base department.
Yes, absolutely. I love Predabaro's playstyle, boosting himself into the mid lane, knocking them up, guaranteeing the hook, and just securing it there. And they're all playing so well together. Jughead Jonesy was already there, roaming to the play. They're all so well on the same page, and it just looks like it's going to be a clean 2-0 here, honestly, because they're so clean together, and they're getting these early dragons already. Predabaro on the prowl.
I thought Yoru was kind of playing with fire there because if Pretobaro spotted him, that would have been a dead Viego right there. As Predator is used. Oh. Okay, just a hook going down and Glotsky walking away. That was pretty strange. The Predator was used on the side of Glotsky and then they didn't commit to the engage, although they had a numbers advantage.
Yeah, a little bit nervous there. I think there is a lot of nerves, obviously, because obviously the losing team does go out here, right? And you think it's all on the line in this game. You kind of want it to go to 3 games at least. But Predabar is not allowing that, and is just kind of he seems to have a global taunt on him as well. Like everything happens around this guy. Everything they're kind of baiting him. He's baiting them all. He's kind of playing around them, making them nervous, making them prop predators, making them pop flashes, and yeah, what a guy! He's playing so well.
Definitely the unsung MVP so far, from game 1 and from game 2 right now. He does have, I think it's a 66% co-participation, somewhere around that at the moment, highest in the game. Actually, no, I forgot Jughead has 1 assist as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing we haven't really talked about. Jughead up here with the Hullbreaker, going into the Hullbreaker Triforce, and you don't really see many Hullbreakers on Darius these days. I think you just kind of go, because you go the team fighty build, but recognizing actually, I'm going to destroy you in the 1v1, and what can you do if I have the Hullbreaker? You can never kill me fast enough, and even with the Ignite, it's not doing anything here. Jughead Jonesy, 300 gold bounty.
So note that we've got the Hex Deck Soul as well, which is why we've got the portals all around the map. This is definitely going to make some interesting plays as one team is looking to team fight quite a lot and the other is just looking for picks.
Yeah, absolutely. And Gargoyle ahead again here as well. And it doesn't seem like Glotsky's he's not able to get around as much. He's not able to get the picks. They're not able to coordinate him with the rest of his team for these picks. And they're just extending their gold lead again, the base department, and it's difficult. It's a difficult train to stop. This snowball. It's a difficult snowball to stop. How do you stop it? You have to dive them with this. You have to get a kind of a perfect engage with the Rakan, get it into play around the Viego, get around these possessions.
Pretobaro, grazing Glotsky. I feel like that's another theme of the game. Just hooks a grazing Glotsky, or hitting him, and he just dashes away.
But yeah, like I was saying, flash abusers need to play around the Viego, and that's what they seem to be doing here. Play for these possessions, because this is what will win you the game.
Indeed, they may want to try and get Floki a little bit ahead, as we see Jughead just soloing the Rift Herald like it's nothing. He's just in his own world right now with the Hullbreaker. This is what the Hullbreaker top laners do. They don't leave their little island that they set up in the top lane.
Absolutely, he's just so far ahead now as well. He's getting the Rift Arrow. He's going to push down the tier 1 turret. Kim Jensen.
Kim Jensen got overextended, unleashed power used on him as he falls down. Meanwhile, Pretobaro, the same scenario applies.
Oh
so my! I do bet Gargoyle felt very, very nervous in that situation.
It's all on Yoro here to carry the flash abusers to a victory. It's all on the Viego. We talked about it. The Viego just gives you such such pick potential and such a free win in some of these team fights. You can get some of these possessions off because obviously you get all of the cooldowns of the champion that you just possessed. But you've got to be careful not to nerf yourself, obviously. But going into as Jonesy actually just okay.
Well, yeah,
just
that's
doing what he wants up here. There's no stopping the guy with Hullbreaker, and he's going to get potentially even a second charge off.
I don't believe so. I think they can get it right. Oh, okay.
Smites
he was
it away.
forced to use the smite. Yeah. Interesting stuff as Dragon does appear to be coming up in around half a minute. Meanwhile, Perturbaro charging at Kim Jensen. Kim Jensen trapped in the Cataclysm, forced to flash away. Perturbaro falling really low as Helicon gets a 3-man stun, but nothing is accomplished out of that stun.
Nice attempt there.
Yeah.
Nice attempt there from Perturbaro, but Kim Jensen able to get away. You know, Zoe with so many flashes. Perturbaro getting caught out there.
Perturbaro falling very drowsy and going asleep permanently for around 25 seconds as Yoru transforms into him. Oh, the flash forced out of Helicon as Yoru was transformed into the Blitzcrank form. And this might be the first Dragon of the game for the Flash Abusers now.
This is huge for Flash Abusers. Get able to get these picks, playing, actually catching out Perturbaro. He's so aggressive, and using that against him is working out for them here. And Yoru's just carrying the team. Nice attempt there from Taboosh.
Yep, and he's gonna pay for his sins of coming into the pit into a full 5-stack Flash Abuser side. Kim Jensen, you're coming dangerously close into the territory of the Dunk Master as he gets deleted by Helicon and Jughead. Is this a worthy trade here? Because Baron is up. It's something that they can consider.
Yeah, potentially. I think it's a little bit early for Baron. Obviously, 20 minutes in, there's not too many people that can tank it, but
I mean, Jughead is a beast right now. I'm
he
pretty
is,
sure.
Yes. That's true, and I think that's exactly where the carry is going to come from this game. He's just so far ahead. Who's killing him? You have to send 3 or 4 members up there to actually kill the Darius, and if he doesn't reset on your team, it's a potential pentakill angle with the Ghost. You've got to be so careful.
Someone that's been playing top lane quite regularly lately, I feel like Jughead's time would be better served just split pushing the bot lane turret right now because he has the TP, and then the side of the base department would force potentially a Baron and he could TP in.
Yes, absolutely. You should always be opposite the objective that's on the map. And there's free gold there with the tier 1, and Zoe can't really stop the whole break of Darius. She can't clear the waves. As we see, just the scuttle going to be stolen away here.
Perturbaro activating the zoomies, but just to destroy a pink ward on the river bush as Flash Abusers go for the reset. Meanwhile, we see a very constant matchup in both games. Is Kim Jensen and Helicon just inside lanes skirmishing each other.
Yes, bot lane comes mid, and mid laners go bot. But they are both very, very immobile. So if anyone is there to kind of intervene or say hello, very easy to get a pick in some of these side lanes, particularly Zoe.
Yeah, we do have to note that no one has CP on the side of Flash Abuser, so they're probably less likely to be able to make those plays.
That's right, and that's even more so why Darius should be down there.
Yeah,
because he has the TP and he has the pry over the lane, and this is what I was talking about just a second ago.
Surprise as Helicon falls down, and that's a 150 gold shutdown going for Yoru, 450 gold overall. And I think that's the extent of it for now.
Yeah, and this is their avenue back into the game, using the strategy of base department against them, and they're getting these picks, and all the gold is going to Viego. It's exactly where you want it because he becomes this carry monster. He's almost got his own blade.
Predator and the Rakan ult are going to be used. Just killing
Another
spree
pick.
going. Yep, and look what Foamy has right now. Gargle is definitely running away.
I mean, they keep stealing the soul of Perturbaro, and they're playing to the soul of Perturbaro, getting these picks over and over again. And Viego, when he backs, he's going to have his own blade, the blade of the Ruin King. And once he gets that, it's extremely difficult to stop him. And it's really on Jones. He's the only person that can consistently get the damage down to actually kill him. And it's all about Viego versus the Darius bleeds, and it's on Ash to set up these kills for the Darius in these team fights.
And look at the goal difference, how it is at the moment. Like, I'm pretty sure that the base department were about 2 or 3k gold ahead, weren't they?
Yes, they were, and yeah, it's just not working for them. These last few minutes, they've been caught out again. Helicon going down, Predabaro going down twice, right? It's working so well for them. Yoro's putting the team on his back, you know. He's saying, okay, Kim, I saw what you did last game. My time to carry, and that's exactly what he's doing. And look at all the control wards on the side of there as well to put down that vision to try and get these Drakes now. And the Hextech Drakes are such a formidable force. I think it's one of the best souls in the game. Yep,
I do agree with you there. It's coming up in about 40 seconds, so we see the team shift down to the bottom side of the map. I feel like Jughead is playing the map really poorly at this point.
He should be on the other side.
Yeah,
100%
yeah.
Agree. Yeah. He has the whole breaker, but he's coming to the team fights. And Predabaro
hooks Yor. I'm pretty sure that's not the target that you want. Floki stunned by the crystal arrow, but he's supposed to use cleanse as the Cataclysm makes 2 members of the Flash Abusers flash away. Glotsky and Yor are now flashless for this Drake that's coming up.
You have to feel that this is going to be a third Drake to the side of base department here.
Yeah,
Lots of summoners were burnt. It's on Zoe for a nice bubble here, but Predabaro is body blocking.
Oh, the bubble landing on Gargoyle King. He's forced to use... Wait, what cleansed him there?
Oh, he got
the hook landing on Kim Jensen. He's ignited as well by Predabaro as he picks up the kill. Baron is now being pinged. That's what the base department have in their sights. Massive throw from the side of the Flash abusers right now.
I was doubting Predabaro, but he proved me wrong. He was getting caught out, but he gets the crucial pick. And that's the thing about Blitzcrank. You can just get these wildcard picks that completely turn the game. And there's another one.
Oh, the hook from downtown brings the Dunk Master, another kill. Baron falling dangerously low here. Yoru's still up to potentially steal it. He does have the ultimate to dash in.
And another one.
That's okay. Helicon picking up that kill. Baron falling really low here. Yoru wants it. He tried to use the Heartbreaker to steal the Baron, but wasn't fast enough to smite it as the Tabush picks up a Baron for all 5 members of the base department.
And that might be the straw that broke the camel's back. We were thinking, okay, Flash Abusers getting back into this game, but one by one they funnel in, and one by one, Predabaro takes them down. Nice attempt there from Yoro to actually try and get in with the Heartbreaker over the wall, but Tabush is having none of it. And Jughead Jonesy just says, no, I'm going to carry this game, and you can't stop me. He's so fast. He has the Dead Man's now.
That was 3 out of 3 hooks as well.
Yeah, 3 out of 3 hooks. Predabaro coming, being ascending. He's just playing so well. Yeah.
It's like at some point in the game, wait a second, flag and drag Cataclysm, the Tabush special forces the flash out of Kim Jensen. Kim Jensen forced to use portal jump to not get hooked by Predabaro. This is looking very grim for the side of the Flash Abusers.
His portal jumps have at least been on point with these hooks, stopping these hooks from coming through, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. They've got the Baron now, and who's stopping Jughead, right? Who is stopping him? No one can 1v1 him, no one can stop him. He's got the whole breaker plus the Baron buff, and it's very, very difficult for him. And they can just do this 4-1 siege.
At this point, he could even 1v4, I'm assuming.
Yeah, definitely. He's got the 3 items. He's so fast, and as soon as his ghost comes up,
well done, hooked off the portal jump. He gets charmed and stunned. Rooted. Pretobaro's probably going to fall. But that's a trade kill for Glotsky. The Heartbreaker trying to pick out Gargoyle King, but that's Yoru going down. That's a 1-for-3 trade for the side of the base apartment.
Yeah, really, really nice peel there. I really thought that Yoro, once he landed the hook when he took over Predabaro's soul, that he was going to get the kill onto Gargoyle King. But Tabush is there in the nick of time with the flag and drag to shut him down.
Here we go. The flipping Jughead in the Tower of Floki. Probably going to be soloed by Tabush. Oh my word, Dunkmaster falling solo here. Tabush with a flag and drag gets cancelled out. but picks up the kill with a Cataclysm. That's an inhibitor tower going down. That's an inhibitor going down, and bottom inhibitor falling as well. Whew, that was a mouthful.
You you have to feel like that is game here. Very, very difficult to come back unless they can get this pick.
What are you trying here? Jughead is just way too tanky. He has a lot of tenacity, but they just leave him be as he goes and steals their blue buff.
Yeah, and base department 10k up now. That escalated so quickly. I swear, 5 minutes ago we were just talking about how close the gold lead is. And
yeah.
we get one play with Predabaro landing hook after hook after hook, and it completely destroys. He destroys the game again, landing hook, crucial hooks throughout the game, and no one can stop Jonesy, and that's a massive problem. And look at all the bounties on the side of base department, and there's no way that the flash abusers can actually get a pick. It seems like.
Preto, oh, that's plus 13. Let's go. Preto Baro's rich.
Oh, the arrow!
Oh, the crystal arrow landing on Dunkmaster. He's gonna survive.
Jonesy, watch Jonesy.
And there he goes. Jughead just resetting and dunking everyone. Syndra's unleashed power picking up Floki. Yeah, the bleed takes down Glotsky as well. That bubble is not going to accomplish anything. The hook barely missing Kim Jensen as well. This might be a game end for the side of base department.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing can stop them. Absolutely wonderful performance here from the base department. Not quite.
Portal jump bringing you back.
Yeah, absolutely, and it does look like base department are going to secure the victory. They are through to the next round of the playoffs, and commiserations to the flash abusers.
How good was Jughead this game? Completely, well, both games Jughead was a complete monster, constantly running it down to their team, constantly wiping them out as well.
Absolutely, amazing performance from. I don't know who I'm going to give MVP to, because Jonesy, Debouche, Predabaro, they were all great players, and it's
even
just
Gargoyle King was fantastic with his crystal arrows.
He was so on point. He reminded me of like Ghost on Damwon, where he's so consistent all the time. He's always getting these leads. He's always kind of this utility player where he's constantly getting the arrows down, getting the slows down, getting the damage down that he needs to facilitate his team. But of course, it all happens through Predabaro. But then again, you've got Jonesy up there in the top lane. So, who are you picking for the MVP?
I mean, I've got to give it to Jonesy here. I know everyone was really, really good on the side. Predabaro was very, very good. But the way Jughead Jonesy just carried out these team fights, his map pressure in this game wasn't as ideal as we would like. But still, he was ever present in laning phase, in the team fights themselves. I've got to give it to him.
Absolutely. I think it's a very, very worthy choice, right? He destroyed the top lane in both of the games, and Taboosh was helping him, and those are the two players that I've heard that we're going to get an interview from. Yeah,
seems like we've got an interview lined up with Jughead Jonesy and Taboosh, the top and the jungler for base department, as we are dragging them into our call right now. Hello, boys. Congratulations on your victory, and congratulations on going through to the next stage of the tournament. How are you guys feeling right now?
Oh, I'm feeling very good, man. Thank you.
Same here. I'm really happy about our team's performance this game. This week, the first game was a lot easier. The second game, Diego got some kills here and there. It got kind of scary, but after the Drake, where our support hit the hooks, it made it a lot easier.
Yeah,
but our top laner was really ahead, even before the Drake. But the hooks really helped us out. It got us a lot of picks. We killed Zoe, then we could look for Baron, and after that we just kept on punishing them. And in the Drake pit, we killed them one by one with the hook.
Well, first of all, Taboosh, I've just got to say your flag and drags and cataclysms were pretty clean throughout the whole game. We were complimenting you throughout both games, how impactful you were on Jarvan. And second of all, Jughead, fantastic performance in both games. We did give you the series MVP just because of how immense you were in the pressure that you had in both games.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it was going
yeah,
really well.
You guys have highlighted your plan for the game. I think Maverick's got a question, actually, so I'm just going to ask it.
One question I did want to ask you guys is if you actually practice Predabaro roaming towards your jungler, because he seems to be all over the map at all times. In the Thresh game, he was there helping you, Taboosh. In the Blitzcrank game, he's there to back you up. He's on these hook champions, and he seems to be quite a menace, and he's very Hillasang-esque, I would say.
Yes. Well, to be honest, like when we first started our team, I'm not gonna lie, we had some minor things like we had to improve on, and
Okay.
I think with time we really adapted the support to play around the jungler a lot, which is kind of what you just mentioned. We have improved on that a lot, and nowadays like we always try to go together if possible, but like we only do it if it won't fuck up for the AD carry. But like in this week, the support, especially when he played Rakan, he always tried to like go with Viego. To me, it was completely fine giving camps, and yeah, like I think I only got one scuttle the second game, and for me that was completely fine. Like so, because we had a winning top laner, and he were like 3 levels ahead, so for me it was just a waiting game. Like it's like second game we're not as impactful, so for me being behind in EXP it's completely fine. I still have my kit, I still have my cage, I still have my engage, so there's not much I need to do.
Yeah, that's completely fair. You guys were very coordinated. It seems like you guys had a solid plan for both matches, and you executed the same plan in both matches. Is that a fair analysis?
Yes, I do think so. The first game, we had a really strong pick comp. I think even a bit stronger because we did have Helicon on his Ari, which is really good. He did get killed sometimes by the Echo, but the Echo was like the only issue. Like, and we had our AD carry going really hard, so I just had one mission and I just had to peel him in fights. The volley bear always tried to jump on him with like everything.
That's right.
And he ended up leaving his AD carry just to engage. And then we saw how we could abuse that in fights, and we just peeled for the AD carry and we won the fights.
Yeah,
that's completely fair.
You seem to draft around that as well, and you just played really well. But one question I did have was actually for Jonesy here. So you opted for the Hull Breaker in this game. Is that something you typically? Is it something like you always build every game, or do you choose that specifically for this game? Because it's not something I always see on Darius. Usually you kind of see, because you're always going to the team fights for trying to look for these resets. Is that something you always go, or was it just a this game thing for Hull Breaker?
It's definitely not something I always do.
Okay.
Like, into the set matchup, they usually pick up Hullbreaker. And what I always do, when they pick up Hullbreaker, I go Hullbreaker. So I thought this Starrick's Gauge was gonna be Hullbreaker. And it wasn't. I think Starrick's Gauge is a very bad item right now.
Yes, I agree.
No one picks it up.
Fair enough. And speaking on the side of the bracket, you guys will potentially be against astronauts or esports, the esports team. Which side do you think you have the most potential of winning against? I know that's kind of a loaded question, but I'm sure you guys have studied these teams. So what would that be?
What do you mean, like as in red or blue, or what do you mean, like side?
No, I mean like so if you were up against astronauts or the other team, which side would you prefer being against? Which side are the most confident that you'll beat?
I think we will beat astronauts because we already played against esports Wales.
Okay.
And then we lost 2-0. It really wasn't our day. I think everyone was very tired or drunk.
Well, once again, congratulations on advancing to the next part of the brackets. I wish you the best of luck with the rest of the tournament. And thank you so much for coming out for an interview with us. I think I've got no further questions unless you do, Maverick.
I was just going to ask, do you think you can run the gauntlet all the way to the losers final?
I think we can.
I do think we can. Well, last week we were into Eclipse Lunar. I think, yeah, Eclipse Lunar. We ended up being 2-1. We should have been 2. No, we lost 1-2. But we should have won the game. We did a minor mistake not pushing with the wave, which was kind of cringe. But it happened, and that lost us the game. And I think we are equally as good as Eclipse Lunar.
Okay,
So
excellent.
to be honest, I feel like we have a shot of at winning, and I hope we do.
I love the confidence. Best of luck with it, boys.
Yeah,
Well,
you very much.
I just have to say this. I would not have the confidence if we were a bad team. But I felt like this is our first split. We are the first one ever like winning into Eclipse Lunar this split.
Mhm.
So I think that kind of gives us the possibility to be not cocky. I think just having confidence.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Absolutely.
you guys have so much synergy, don't you? So,
Yep.
for sure.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you so much for coming out for the interview once again, guys, and good luck with the rest of the tournament. We just want to shout out our sponsors for the tournament. If we want to thank Wolfsire, Esports Scrim, and ProComps for sponsoring the tournament. I think Midnight Maverick on Twitter, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Midnight Maverick on Twitter, Skullsor on Twitter. We've been your casters for the day. Thank you so much, our producer, British Blaze, as well. We will be calling it for today. We'll see you again next time. Thank you, guys.
You too. Ciao, ciao.
See you.